Elf on a Shelf is gaslighting. And here we have little kids that are told that this little elf, the stuffed animal, comes alive and watches them and reports back to Santa what's going on. Now, if you did this to an adult, this would be considered abuse. And just because it's not considered abuse doesn't mean it's not abuse to kids, because it's gaslighting. No matter how you look at it, you're making somebody to doubt their own feelings, thoughts, intuition, and judgment. You are making them to believe something that's absolutely not true. I mean, it's a complete lie. And why? It's not for fun. It's to gain control over your kids. That's the only reason why people do it, is to gain control over their kids. It's a control mechanism. And, there's other ways of gaining control over your kids, of getting them to behave and doing this. And basically what you're doing is you're ruining their intuition and their own sense of judgment and their own ability to determine truth from a lie. And if you're grooming them for a narcissist, if you're grooming your kids to be abused, to be lied to be cheated, then it's fine. Go ahead and use the elf. That's a good strategy if that's the kind of kids that you're looking to crank out. But if you want your kid to be able to think for themselves, if you want your kid to be able to detect whether other people are being honest with them or not, then you have to teach them that. If you start lying to your kids and you're trying to convince your kids that you're telling the truth, then the signs that you give, the tells that you have when you lie to them, are going to look like the truth. And so when other people are lying to them, it makes them susceptible to being taken advantage of that way. It makes it easy for other people to lie to them. It sets them up to unquestionably trust authority because they're not good enough. They can't figure out for themselves what's going on in reality, obviously, because this little doll was told to them that it was actually moving and it was real and it did all this stuff. And they detected that wasn't right, but then the adults around them said that it was true. And so their sense of reality is just getting totally messed up and twisted. That's what gaslighting is. It's outright lying and manipulation. It destroys their confidence. It destroys their self-esteem. And it teaches them that their intuition is unreliable. And so then your kids are going to be more likely to enter into toxic relationships. And they'll trust other people's perceptions over their own. They'll have to rely on outside influence to figure out what the truth is all the time. Their feelings are wrong. Their experience is being invalidated, especially when they figure out what's going on and you keep the lie up. And it teaches them to lack trust in themselves. They can't figure this stuff out for themselves. And they figure out, or they learn, that their memory is dysfunctional. It just doesn't work for them. And so if you want a kid that's going to obey, if you want to groom them for a narcissist, then you're heading down the right path with Elf on a Shelf. If you want to find healthy ways to work with your kids and get them to behave, then there are a lot of strategies out there. It takes a little bit of work. It takes more effort. But Elf on a Shelf is ruining your kid. And with Christmas coming, I just wanted to get that out there. And so hopefully there's going to be some parents who decide not to use Elf on a Shelf because they don't want to physically, mentally damage their kids. All right, so thanks for tuning in. Have a good one and stay awesome.